philosophy in Six Sigma, particularly in Six Sigma, variation is the root cause of all failures, small or big. The root cause is
Very
variation, right? So there are different built levels because understanding this statement and applying this learning is not easy. So a proper formal training is required. Only the trained professionals, we call them as Six Sigma bells, will be able to measure variation and then control variation, whereby they reduce the failure and hence the quality of the output will go up, right? So there is yellow belt, which is an introductory level training. If you are interested, we conduct a yellow belt training program starting from 25th of April. So it's going to be a 4 sessions, 3 hours each, starting from 25 April, right? Only Saturday, Sunday, the classes are scheduled. And then you will become an yellow belt. Once you become an yellow belt, you will automatically understand the significance of green belt as well as the black belt, where you learn even the advanced tools and techniques of Six Sigma. Right at the yellow belt level, you will be learning about the methodology and some basic tools, but the statistical tools and some advanced tools of Six Sigma will be learning in green belt and black belt. So green belt and black belts are normally project leaders. Yellow belts are yellow belts are project team members. So ultimately, the understanding is variation is the root cause of all failures, including the quality loss. Particularly, if defects are happening, it is because of the variation. If you fail to monitor, fail to control variation, you will see the defects increasing. Okay. But when it comes to lean, here the lean focuses on efficiency. Lean's focus will be on efficiency. Efficiency is nothing but utilization of resources, isn't it? If you utilize well, then you are more efficient. If you
yeah.
utilize the resources badly, then your efficiency is poor. If efficiency is poor, you know what will happen? Your operating cost will increase or decrease. Your
Operating
operating
cost
cost
will increase.
will increase. So if
Yes.
your concern is not defect, your concern is operating cost, because you already improved the quality. If the problem is defect quality, then Six Sigma is a better option. But once quality is achieved, now further you want to reduce the operating cost, then you can actually adopt the lean principles. So lean principles will improve your efficiency, will decrease your operating cost, and hence your profit will get maximized. So the integrated approach is known as Lean Six Sigma. Okay. So we'll be explaining this in detail in the concerned program.
Lean Six Sigma also will have different belts, or is it a only one program?
It is the same program only. You don't have to do separately. It's the same program where the basics of
Okay.
Lean as well as Six Sigma will be explained to you. And then you will also learn several tools, methodologies, and hence you will be able to better implement your learning as well. So you can straight away you can go for Lean Six Sigma yellow belt or a green belt, and then you can upgrade to black belt. Okay. So it's an integrated approach where we focus on quality as well as we focus on cost, because both are important. Quality is also
Okay.
important, cost also important, even speed also important. The speed as well as the cost can be controlled effectively using lean, but the quality can only be controlled and improved very effectively using Six Sigma. The integrated approach is known as Lean Six Sigma. Okay. So by the way, why all of you are behind the camera? Why don't you appear on the screen? Any problem? Okay. So monitoring is the basis for no control. No monitoring, no control. no ability to collect data, and no need of any analysis. You have to simply assume, and then what we are here, not to follow the assumption-based methods. We are particularly today we are here for learning the validation, isn't it? So for validation, access to information is very important. If access to information is denied, then you have to assume and proceed. All right. So let's come to root cause analysis. I think in day one, what all of you have learned? Day number one, have you learned anything?
We learned about the problem.
Oh, you
The
learned about
problem.
the
What is the
problem.
problem?
Very good. You learned about the problem.
And
How to identify
what are
a
the types
problem,
of the problem?
different types of problem. And we are now clear about problem identification, isn't it? We can identify problem reactively also, proactively also.
Yes.
Reactively means you just have to actively look for the recent complaints through email, through direct letter or direct conversation with the customer, or poor reviews in the social media. All of them are direct complaints. And reactive methods. You can refer to voice of the customer. You can refer to voice of the business, isn't it? But proactively means before complaint is raised, you can try to reach to your customers, internal, external, end user, or any stakeholder, whoever is experiencing the pain. You can proactively reach and understand the gap. In both case, the problem is an undesirable gap between the current state and the desired state, isn't it? So in order to define a problem, you need a metric. We call it pain metric. And the pain metric must be focused one, and it should be a specific metric, and it should be a specific metric, and it should be a measurable one. And it should be a measurable one. So we understood all those things, and the project Y should necessarily be a smaller Y. Don't keep the keep the scope broader, and try to drill down your Y variable, and make it specific as well as measurable. And we did some exercise also. Ultimately, the outcome should be a complete execution plan, a document we create. The document is known as project charter.
Project
The
charter.
document is known as project charter, and the charter should have some key elements, which are business case,
Business case,
problem statement,
statement of and
Problem.
goal,
goal statement,
timeline,
scope
Problem
statement,
statement, goal
timeline,
statement,
team member,
scope statement,
and the
team members,
definition of all the terminologies used,
timeline.
and budget required, risk involved. You can add as much information as required, but minimum six elements initially I told, they are compulsory, which are business case, problem statement, goal statement, scope statement, timeline, team member, and then it should be signed by project leader, finance controller, and sponsor. And you can also, I hope all of you are aware, you can also use the AI tools nowadays, isn't it? Once the subject is learned, mastered, you don't have to struggle implementing your, what do you call it, learnings, uh, by putting yourself in laborious task. All the laborious task nowadays you can hand over to AI tools. Are you aware of it, all of you? Shall we try creating one project charter using an AI tool? Any of the AI tool, which you are familiar with, right? So I'm just sharing my screen. So this will actually bring life to our all the things we learned. Okay. So yeah, I'm just going for writing a prompt. So what is that I want to create?
Project
Project
charter.
I want to create a project charter
Project charter. Okay.
in whatever format, right? In DMAC template, or you want to follow QC story, accordingly you have to tell, right? In QC story. So let's create project charter. in DMAC, straight away I will say DMAC project charter. Create a DMAC project charter. For what? For what? For solving a problem. Okay? For reducing, so for reducing the pharmacy turnaround time in Apollo Hospital. Are you getting it? For reducing pharmacy turnaround time in Apollo hospitals. So how many branches are there Apollo Hospital across India?
Yes, sir.
So many, right?
Yes, sir. So many.
So we need to scope it very
Yes.
properly. Otherwise, the project will continue forever. Okay. So the current state, oh, okay, and we'll tell like this, right? No, Apollo Hospital in
Tamil Nadu.
Thanambet branch in Chennai. Some branch, some look here, the specific branch I have selected. If you keep it generic, then it will be, yeah, project of, wider scope. So I have narrowed it down. And moreover,
Yes, sir.
the pharmacy, again, the pharmacy, the people who are coming to the, what do you call, the pharmacy can be, how do they call, inpatients
Question.
and what is the other one?
Okay.
Outpatient. Okay,
Okay.
outpatients. So, do you want to reduce the
Impress.
turnaround time for
Yes.
both inpatients as well as the outpatients? Outpatients. Or if you want to, for
Impatience and
specifically, you want to
outpatients.
do it for only, for the inpatient prescription. Are you getting it?
Yeah.
That means we are scoping down the project. Am I correct? We really don't want to know consider all the data. No need to complicate. Consider only the inpatient's prescription, whatever the prescriptions coming to your pharmacy for the in-house admitted cases, because that's where the medicines have to be sent quickly. Yes or no? Some of the
Yes.
medicines
Yes.
are needed in ICU ward, some of the medicines are needed in operation theaters, and some of the medicines are needed for first aid. So patients are really needing the medicine in a very quickly. So that's where you wanted to reduce the turnaround time, right? So the current state is when somebody comes to the pharmacy with the prescription, it takes 25 minutes to collect the medicines. Do you understand? The current state is 25 minutes. The meaning of it, if a inpatient goes to know comes to the pharmacy with a prescription given by the doctor, and he has to wait, on an average he has to wait 25 minutes to receive the medicines, which is really not a healthier scenario. And the target is to reduce the TAT to below 10 minutes, and that too within 4 weeks or 6 weeks. You can decide, right? And so this is the requirement, and scoping is done. And now the chat GPT has to create a DMAC project charter. Is that I have given enough information to chat GPT, all of you?
Yes, yes, yes.
Is the problem communicated effectively in your prompt? If there are any
Martin.
ambiguity, please break it in the initial stage itself. Because if there is an ambiguity, then it might take it in its advantage, and then again you may have to redraft it. So
Shouldn't
I'm just hitting.
yeah Doctor, shouldn't we include information with regards to the number of people serving in the pharmacy and the average number of patients and prescriptions in a day?
Yeah, good point. The number of staff serving inside your pharmacy is Y or X. All of you, please think in terms of Y equal to F of X thinking. The number
X,
of staff in the pharmacy, is it Y or X?
X,
X.
X. So we will fine tune the X. We will set right the X in the upcoming phases. If it is a DMAC project, project charter is created in the define phase. In the analyze
And
phase only, we will be talking about the X factors. Maybe the lesser number of staff, maybe one of the root cause. I will also increase that. Okay. So right now, we
sir, there is one,
it
sir,
right. Just let me please. Right now, it's not correct idea to talk about the X factors while drafting a project charter, because particularly when it comes to DMAC methodology, the problem is considered to be a complex one because the root causes are currently unknown. Okay, currently believed to be unknown, and so normally in any root cause analysis, revealing the root cause is not the correct way of defining a problem. So define the problem. If you only define it, you no need to explain the causes. Okay.
Sir, I have a question over here. Hello.
Ah, yes, yes.
Yeah, yeah. No, however, I mean, we are not revealing the root cause, but over here we are just trying to mention the, I mean, number of people involved in that particular process. Is that, I mean, wrong?
Okay, let's say assumptions. Staff members, or no, what to say? Okay, pharmacist, I would say, right? The number of pharmacists in the pharmacy is two.
No,
That's all.
doctor,
What
it's
does it
not.
mean?
That's not exact. Excuse me. That's not exactly what I meant. I thought like it's a basic fabric of information, which is a fact, which is a constant. I'm not saying whether we need to consider that as a root cause or whether we need to change it. I'm just saying the fabric of information, the basic data, constant should be there for as an input at the first place to be considered to look at the project in the at the outset. That's what I mean.
Yeah. Okay, see, when you actually collect all the problems in the organization, it's not compulsory that all the problems should be solved by DMAC methodology. You can
yeah,
segregate the problem based on its nature, you can match it with the methodology. Do you all agree with me on this point, first of all?
yeah,
yes,
Say for example, my workplace is completely unorganized. My workplace is unorganized. Because of that, there were a lot of delay
yeah.
happening. There, for each and every item to be picked up, I take a lot of time. Now tell me, do I have to do a DMAC project right now, or do I have to do a 8D methodology, or do I have to do a detailed root cause analysis now?
No. That will come in like this one. No, 5 years is also get involved into
Yes,
that one.
yes, it's a
But
simple 5 years implementation.
sir, I have
You
one
just have
query.
to organize your workplace. So just
Hmm.
before after scenario need to be documented, and then show it as a 5 years project. And 5 years can be can also be called as a case and project. I told you already, right? Yeah, can you do it as a case and event? Can you do it
Uh,
as a case and event? Case and event is nothing but a mere 5 years implementation. A small team will be formed. The team will ensure unnecessary items are removed. And the same team will ensure only the needed items are retained. The same team will also ensure the items are placed in a way that it is very convenient for the people who are working. Thereby, the quality is guaranteed, safety is guaranteed, productivity is guaranteed, and everything is guaranteed. So this is a kind of problem suitable for Kaizen. Are you with me, all of you? No need of no going for a detailed study and all those things. Go for an implementation. But situations where root causes are unknown, that's where root cause analysis is required. Agreed?
Mhm.
So
Correct.
please just follow certain logic. Yes, Shankar, you wanted to ask something?
Yes, sir. So, can you quickly touch upon the SR part also? We are talking about the Kaizen event, etc. So, when do we exactly deploy SR as an initiative, sir?
Come again. What is YESAVA? What is that?
Yeah,
You spell
eliminate,
out.
simplify, standardize, and automate. So,
SRA.
is it
Spell it
like
out.
like an undercurrent?
ES.
ESSA, sir. Eliminate, simplify, standardize, and automate. So the other
Okay. Wait.
day you were also mentioning on the day one that if we are not able to eliminate something, try to reduce the magnitude around it. So you mentioned. So I thought we are going to touch upon this ESA in due
Finally,
course.
action. Huh?
Yes, sir. No, automate, sir.
Okay,
Eliminate,
automate.
simplify,
Okay.
standardize, and automate.
Okay. Where do you use this? Which industry?
This is from the Six Sigma module that I learned, sir. Six Sigma Academy of USA. So there was this methodology applied.
Okay. See, this is actually, I would say, this is a no lean ideology, I would say.
Yeah. Lean
Yeah,
idea.
okay. Mhm.
Because in lean, we always we first try to identify, I mean, try to eliminate the waste.
Correct, sir.
Eliminate the waste. When you
Yeah,
eliminate the waste, now the process will only have fewer steps. Yes or no?
true. Yeah,
Process will only have fewer steps. If the wasteful steps are removed and if there are only fewer steps available, let's say the process is simplified, and now that's the best way of doing the work, isn't it?
yes, sir.
Like for example, we only give very very simple examples to understand, not the complicated example. Like I was explaining a DMAC project the other day, isn't it? So I
Yeah,
shouldn't have done that. Rather, today I'm talking about a pharmacy reduction of pharmacy TAT, where we could even go to the extent of what talking about the root causes straight away, talking about the solution also. Yes or no?
yes, sir.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's a simple case, right? So lean is all about simplifying a process. After simplifying, I standardize. I standardize. You know why? Standardize helps in what?
Bringing in consistency.
Sustaining the result, isn't it?
Correct.
Mhm.
It's a kind of control, I would say.
Mhm.
Isn't it? It's a kind of control. So, or I would say, yes, it's a control. And when there is a control in place, then solution can be sustained for a longer period of time. That is the
Yeah.
idea.
Yeah,
And if everything is in place, why the human element should do all these tasks, every single time? Because the process is repetitive in nature.
correct.
If a human element is doing a repetitive job, you know what will happen? There will be a fatigue, yes or no? Even
Yeah,
though the job is easier,
monotony
but
will come.
you
Correct.
have to do it, repetitively, 100 times, 1,000 times, repetitively.
Yeah,
Then definitely no, you are bound to fail. Am I right?
true.
So to overcome that, to make your process error free, and to sustain the scenario of error free performance, it's a good idea to automate. So the human element is converted into a machine element,
A machinery.
or a human task is converted into a machine task.
Correct.
So,
Uh,
and there is one
so,
more thing you can do. What you can do? You can also digitize this. Next thing, after automate, what you can do? You can digitize. And once you digitize and just, with a mobile phone or your laptop in your hand, you can literally monitor the process happening in multiple locations, like the banking operation nowadays. How the banking operation is happening. See here, in earlier when all of us have to deposit money or withdraw money or do a transaction. I want to withdraw money and then send it to you. Earlier, what were the steps involved? I need to physically go to the bank, fill up a challan, and stand in the queue, collect the money, then come to you and then hand over the money. Yes or no? Am I
Yeah.
right? There were a lot of human task involved, manual task involved. All of them are manual. But nowadays, if I have to transfer the money, and earlier, what was the total time, lead time? It's about 4 to 5 hours it will take. Yes or no? I should go to bank, bring the money, then come to you 4 to 5 hours. Now the same thing I can do. I can just take my mobile phone. I can just take some UPI application, and then I will put your UPI number, and then immediately transfer the funds. And in just a matter of a few minutes, the fund will be in your account. Can you see all these things implemented here? We eliminated so many unwanted steps. Yes or no? Are we filling the form now? Are we standing in the
Uh,
queue? Are we dealing with the
uh,
digital currencies?
few
Sorry, are we
seconds.
dealing with the physical currencies? Am I taking my scooter, going to bank? Am I coming to you? Almost all the steps are
Uh,
eliminated because all of them are wasteful steps only
no,
according to the current conditions, according to the
no,
scenario,
busy,
recent
busy.
scenario. All the steps
It's
are
busy.
non-value adding steps. We call it waste in lean. Since the steps are non-value adding, all are waste. What's wrong in eliminating? Yes or no? Do you want me to go to a bank for paying you? You don't worry, isn't it? Whether I go to bank or I pay from my, directly from my bank account, that is no, you are not bothered. Yes or no? You are the customer. And customer is not bothered about how the money comes. As long as the exact amount is credited in my
No,
account, I am okay. Yes or no? So elimination. What should we eliminate? Eliminate non-value adding activities. Now what remains? Only the value adding activity remains. That value adding activity also, earlier we have to actually know the earlier method also no, when the currency is actually deposited into your account, yes, that's a value adding account, value adding activity. But right now I can do the same value adding activity in a much more better manner because the banks have now developed a mobile application, isn't it? And so very easy. I can definitely find a better way of doing the work, and that's called simplifying the value adding steps. The value adding steps are already fewer in number, but I can also do those value adding steps in a better possible way. And then this has become a standard nowadays. Every time a payment must be made, yes, this is the standard way of making the payment, digital way. And now if it is every month I have to pay you, I can even automate that task, isn't it? That is there in the application nowadays. Am I correct?
It's available.
Subscription, they call it subscription, isn't it? So if you subscribe to, you don't even have to do this 4 or 5 clicks. Every month, automatically, the accepted amount will be transferred to the beneficiary. Yes or
yeah,
no?
okay.
Correct? So the whole process can also be digitized. And if you want the similar thing to be implemented for your whole organization, there are 1,000 employees, and you want to ensure,
Yes.
the salary is paid
That's
digitally, right? Every single month. And you can even program, your application, and it can happen. So it's something similar only. These are no different methodologies, and step by step way it is followed. Is it clear?
Yes.
Yes, sir. Yeah.
All right, all right. So now I have similarly in any project, if there are assumptions, or you can also call them as constraints, you can declare. And this can also be an assumption or a constraint, or if there are no assumptions, no constraints, you can leave it. Okay. So we will, don't worry, but it's a valid point. A number of pharmacists available, and the size of the pharmacy, what kind of software they use, all those things are no very important only. So we can definitely consider all those things. But normally in a DMAC project, we avoid explaining the X factors. We avoid explaining the causes, not only in what do you call the DMAC, but also in 8D, but also in 8D methodology. When will you choose 8D methodology, all of you? The root cause analyst here. When
Customer
will you
complaint.
choose
Customer
8D
requirement.
methodology?
Customer complaint.
Customer complaint,
Customer
Customer
warranty
requirement.
complaint,
complaints.
field failure.
If there is a customer complaint, yes. Again, we come up with a problem description. Problem description is the second step in 8D methodology. The first step is team formation.
Team
Second
formation.
step is, yeah, second step is problem description. So, and third step is containment action. So, during the second step, we will not, urge to, the, what do you call, solutions or root causes. We will only describe the problem. First, you understand the problem, and then you can, proceed with the root cause and other things. So, in my opinion, the description I gave, the prompts I gave, seems to be sufficient. Or if you want to talk about a project leader,
I have one
yeah,
query in this particular, this one, no, project statement. Sir, actually, we discussed about this one, no, like the number of pharmacists are there that will define this one y equal to mx. But it's like y will be this one, no, the number of customer or the patients coming in will also affect this one, no, turnaround time in that one. So y being a dependent variable of x if we are taking it like a number of inpatient. So how to define these either of them? So we can fix like a certain numbers of in-house patient. Then it would make some value into that one,
the
no, sir?
number of patients visiting your pharmacy, right? Earlier, we did one filter. You know what was that filter? Only the
We
inpatients,
outpatient we remove.
only the inpatients prescriptions are considered in this project.
Correct, correct, correct.
And similarly, the hospital might run, first shift, second shift, and night shift.
Correct.
Okay, and you can, if
Okay,
you want, you can restrict your study to the general shift. Why? There is a logic. During the general shift only, there are no lot of patients. The visitors are more. So the pharmacy, there is a delay. And so we don't want to focus on the other shifts. We really want to this all these things you can identify, through data. You can identify, through some Pareto.
correct.
And you can apply all those filters. But after coming to what do you call the general shift, let's say it is, morning 8 to evening 4 or 5.
Yes,
Okay.
sir. Yes.
That time also, if you want to divide post lunch, and before lunch, and if you have some data, you can apply that filter.
Understood. Yeah.
Otherwise, all these exercise will happen in the subsequent phases. In DMAC, the measure phase and analyze phase, we will think about the X. We will, start analyzing about the X. Similarly in QC story, the first step is problem. Second step
Correct.
is observation. During the observation phase, yes, we will, collect data about all the, factors. But right now, if the filters are applied, I mean, see, the filters are nothing but, it will scope down your project. Filters are good. Filters
Yes,
are
somehow
good.
good. Yeah.
Say, for example,
Reliable data will get.
we are also discussing the topics, every day one topic only. Today is actually reserved for validation. No, there will be a clarity in our discussion, isn't it? We all will restrict to a particular topic today. It doesn't mean that we are skipping everything. We will be dealing it, a separate timeline is given. Same manner, in this project, I will fix only this kind of problem. The extension of it and slightly different version of it and all those things will certainly be addressed through horizontal deployment, or we will run similar project. But trying to do everything in one project is another root cause of your project becoming a failure. Correct? So that's the thing. So and now I wanted to know add some name like and who want to be a sponsor for this project. Okay. Whatever name I see, I will just put. Okay. So Muhammad is the sponsor. And who is the process owner? Process owner, nothing but no, the pharmacist, the chief pharmacist in the hospital. And who want to be the pharmacist here? So I see Balaji. Okay. And similarly, you can also project sponsor is there. And in Six Sigma project, we have, project champion, right? There can be project champion. Let me say this is Sandeep. And then there can be other members, other stakeholders. You can put all their names. Stakeholders, the customers, and what do you call the doctors, the nurses, all these things. So I just have thrown some light about the team member. Now let me hit the enter button. Let's see what ChatGPT can do for me. And then anyway, I know I am accountable for whatever ChatGPT writes, and I will evaluate and then use. Always, all of you, the output of any AI you use, you have to evaluate and use. That's why you should know the subject. If you do not know the subject, you will not be in a position to evaluate. So all of you now have a big responsibility of learning anything to a level that you could evaluate others. Are you getting it? See, you knowing, let's say a particular concept is different, but checking whether the other person knows the concept correctly or not. That's called evaluation level. It's not just remembering level. It's not just understanding level. You need to learn any topic to the evaluation level so that you can actually evaluate and it's a kind of validation, right? See here, define the project title, reduction of pharmacy TAT for inpatient prescription, Apollo Hospital, Thenabad branch or some other branch. Adding a branch is a way of scoping down, yes or no?
Yes.
Similar
Yes.
problem might exist in Delhi also, Mumbai also, Hyderabad also, everywhere similar problem will be there. If there is a viability, the solutions found from this particular project might be standardized and deployed across all branches of the pharmacy. Yes or no? Possible. So define phase. Look at the problem statement. The current pharmacy turnaround time for inpatient prescription is 25 minutes, leading to a delay in medication administration, reduced patient satisfaction, and operational inefficiency. Now, the some impact, some goal statement, scope statement, out of scope. See here, scope: inpatient prescription processing, pharmacy dispensing workflow, coordination between wards and pharmacy. Out scope: outpatient pharmacy, supplier stock procurement delay, and all no out of scope. See here, a patient is waiting because a particular medicine is not available. So these things are excluded from the scope of the project team. Are you getting it? So because this you cannot fix everything. So these are no clearly written as out of scope. The project team, whatever name I gave, I think they are captured correctly. You can whomsoever you want to add, you can add. And measure phase and the Y metric is indicated. Baseline is 25 minutes. Look here, the operational definition. TAT means prescription is received. That's the trigger. That's the starting point. Medicine reaches the inpatient ward. Are you getting it? Medicine reaches the inpatient. So this is the definition. So as a hospital, are you able to capture these moments? If you are able to capture these moments, then there is a measurability. Otherwise, the definition has to be modified. The endpoint can either be medicine received in the ward or medicine received by the representative of the
Inpatient.
patient. You have to modify, you have to clearly tell. If you say you are worried about exactly the medicine reaching the particular ward, particular ICU, or particular operation theater, then in such a case, you must have the ability to measure it, record it first. Right? And that's all. So data collection plan. See here, data collection plan. How many prescription you want to analyze to, come to some conclusion. So 100 plus prescriptions a day are coming. So you need to track the order entry time and so many things, dispensing time, delivery time, and analyze space activities and all that. Some kind of details about each and every phase is available, and no project timeline. I told ChatGPT to complete the project in just 4 weeks, so it has planned for 4 weeks. Success criteria: if the TAT consistently reduces to below 10 minutes, my project is considered a successful project. And the definition of success is at least 90% of the prescription should be delivered in less than 10 minutes. Are you getting it? You can change it to 95% also. Because always there will be some exception, isn't it? You should also be practical. Are you getting it? The project is considered to be a successful project, even if you achieve 95% success rate. Agreeable? Or 90%, whatever. And improved, this will certainly lead to improved stakeholder satisfaction. Some risk, resistance to the change. The staff members in your pharmacy might continue telling that, no, sir, it is not possible. We can't deliver the medicines in a hurry. We have to do a thorough check. Otherwise, medicine might be wrongly delivered. And all these resistance will certainly be there. Yes or no? And data capturing, there can be problem. And as you were correctly telling, there could be staff shortages. All those things, you can put it under constraints, or a kind of assumption, or you can put it, underline it under risk and the mitigation. So you have to have a plan for optimization. And key insight: you can handle this problem in a firefighting manner and still see some result, or you can handle this problem in a data-driven DMAC manner and then re-standardize the process and transform the process completely. Clear? Are you getting it?
Yes.
Yeah. See here, I want to redefine the problem. Redefine the problem statement using the 5W1H analysis. I want ChatGPT to do this for me. So let's see what it does. First question, where is it happening? Inpatient pharmacy process, Tenabad branch. When is it happening? Occurs throughout the day, during general shift or night shift, that also can come. Persistent issue indicating a chronic process inefficiency, right? It's a kind of chronic issue, not sporadic. It repeatedly happens. And who is affected? Patients are affected. Doctors are also dissatisfied. Nurses are also dissatisfied. Even the pharmacist, staff also getting frustrated. Why is it happening? There is a delay in medication can impact, or why is it a problem? Delay in medication can impact patient safety and recovery. It reduces the patient satisfaction score. It creates inefficiency and rework. It impacts hospital service quality and reputation. And how big is the problem? How big is the 25 minutes is the current, and the target is 10. And with all these answers, now the problem is redefined. Can you see a better problem statement now? Are you seeing it, all of you?
Currently, April 25 points.
Yeah. Show your face expression, or use the digital reactions. Some response is required. Or you can use the chat box. So it's helpful, right? So nothing wrong in using the AI tools. Do you all agree?
Yes, sir.
Shall we use AI for our benefit? See, AI is not the threat. Not using AI is the threat for you. Because someone using the AI will easily outperform you. He may be inferior in terms of qualification, experience, and skill compared to you. But still he can outperform you because he did one simple thing. You know what he did?
Learn
He
how to use AI.
used AI in his work. He has the skill of evaluating the work of AI. Blindly copy pasting, is dangerous sometimes, isn't it? Instead of Tenambed, it will put something else. It will put some other irrelevant terminology. So you should be able to evaluate and use it. Okay, so helpful.
Correct.
So this is the day one outcome, the outcome of day one. If you see also, please note, a project is considered to be defined if the pain metric, in this case, the pain metric is, this is the pain metric, you see. The highlighted one is the pain metric. And also the problem is very well scoped if the process is identified. Show me the steps involved in the process. We are going to investigate and improve. I want ChatGPT to help me with the process steps. This I can do it manually. I can go and observe how the pharmacy is working, or I can also ask ChatGPT to suggest, and it is showing all the steps. Prescription is generated by the doctor. Prescription is transmitted to the pharmacy directly. See, you have to be very realistic. Whatever happens there, that only you should record. Whatever ChatGPT telling, you are not supposed to record, right? Whatever actually happens, that only you must record as the process, current state, as is. Prescription is recorded, and there is a queuing within the pharmacy, and prescription verification is happening, and then the billing is happening, and then probably as per the bills, the medicine is picked up, and then some kind of final check and the packing is happening, and then the medicines are dispatched and delivered to the ward, and finally receipt and acknowledgement. The receipt and acknowledgement, is a kind of, is helping us in recording the arrival time of the medicine. Are you seeing the process, all of you? Are you seeing the process?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
But if the process documented by ChatGPT, if by during evaluation, if you see there is a mistake, what should you do? You should correct it, isn't it? You should immediately give the
Correct.
appropriate prompt so that ChatGPT can modify it, isn't it? So you should not be copy
Yeah.
pasting everything, and then copy pasting everything, then finally there is no project. So you have to evaluate and use it. So the day one is now, the purpose of day one is met. Yes or no?
Yes.
Am I correct? And you all can now create a project charter. Very, very important. Whether it is 8D method you follow, or you follow DMAC method, or you follow QC story method, or you follow Kaizen, or you follow PDCA, everywhere the first step is project charter. You have to submit your project idea. Okay. So day one. And day two, what have you learned in day two?
Character chart.
Pareto. What is day two is reserved for what?
Problem solving and
Methodologies, isn't it?
methodologies.
Yes.
This is what we discussed. And which methodology, how to choose the methodologies. Like, what are the methodologies Definitely, one is DMAC, one
PDCA,
is
DMAC,
ADCA.
80,
A3,
A3,
QC story,
Kaizen,
Story.
QC story, yes,
Kaizen.
Kaizen,
Kaizen,
PDCA. Now our friend has
Methodology.
now our friend has given one method. You know what is that?
ESS. SR.
Oh, sorry. ESSA. So, see, don't be afraid of seeing different names. All of them are not trying to solve something, isn't it? So you understand and then use it. That's why if you become a master of probably this 1, 2, and then this enough. QC story, A3, and today I will show one
Gemba
8D.
walk.
I will also show one, Gemba walk. And these are different. Some people call it, Kappa.
Corrective action, preventive action.
ESSC.
So After finishing this course, you should not be what do you call resistant to use methodologies which was not taught to you. Definitely, it will be covered inside one of the methodology we discussed. Whatever they speak inside, it is certainly be a particular a step inside our methodology we learn. Try to understand and then use it, right? So you can literally work in any industry, right? If you are master of these methodologies, because DMAC and 80 are considered to the methodology suitable for complex problems. Okay, and DMAC, yes, considered for complex. You know the definition of complex problem, all of you. Even after knowing the
More
definition of
variables.
complex problem, yeah, complex problem means what?
More variables
Multiple
are
root
there.
no
causes.
Multiple
solution, no
factors.
cause.
Agree. Multiple root causes. And all root causes are known to you or unknown to you?
Unknown.
We have to
Unknown to you,
identify.
right? Very
Unknown.
important. Root causes are unknown and there are multiple causes, right?
Right.
And coming to 80, similar situation, but it's specifically a customer complaint and specifically, for auto industry. And because it's mandatory, it's mandatory as per AAG guideline. All auto industry, whether you are an auto industry or you are dealing with auto industry or your client is an auto industry or you are making a small part which goes to auto
No
industry, then
unknown
80
variable.
is
No
mandatory.
solution.
And A3, when to go for A3?
Standardize.
Standard format you want, and you want to know visualization of the work done quickly, just in one go. You want to see a one printout, everything is available. Like many a time, our participant also asks, "Sir, you are speaking so many things. You put it as a summary and give. You make a table and give me. Tell me which tool, where should I use? Tell me scatter plot, when should I use?" I don't encourage such questions, because you have to understand the tool and then use it wherever it matches. I cannot completely what do you call reduce the potential of a tool to a particular application, isn't it? So that's the thing. And now QC story. When to go for QC story?
Root cause analysis.
Again, correct, definitely root cause analysis only. So if the what do you call if you require your team to present the project idea or project completed in a in a proper flow. Otherwise, what will happen? Somebody will without defining the problem, they will jump to the root cause. Without validating the root cause, they will jump to the solution. And the flow of activities within a project. If you don't want your team to mishandle, then you can actually proceed with the QC story. But again, QC story is meant for problems which are simpler in nature. Project problems which are simpler in nature. I would write simple problems, right? But however, please note, all of you. See, once, let us say, a company started using QC story and they are used to it for no last 10 years. Now, somebody is coming and telling the company, "Sir, don't use QC story hereafter. Please go to 80 or please go to DMAC." Will they immediately accept?
It will take some time to.
Definitely, it will take some time for them, and then they have to retrain all their people on a new methodology. So to avoid such things, what they will do? They will upgrade their QC story methodology. Very simple. They will upgrade because the QC story, let us say, certain gaps are there, certain disadvantages are there. But in DMAC, there are certain additional steps are there, additional advantages are there. Now, what can you do? These advantageous steps can now be included in your QC story steps. Yes or no? There is no hard and fast rule here to stay very practical and realistic. You shouldn't follow any rule in a hard and fast manner. you can modify the QC story, in a newer way. Are you getting it? Normally, QC story will have 6 steps, but in my company there will be 8 steps. In another company, it can be 7 steps. Nothing wrong, because there is a reason. Everything will benefit from cycles of continuous improvement, right? Okay. And now Kaizen, and Kaizen again here, problems which are no simple in nature. Even if the root causes are known, please bring it here. Root causes known, even solutions readily available. All these cases. But I've seen companies using Kaizen extensively. They will have classification. You know what is the classification? Daily Kaizen events,
Even
and then Kaizen projects. Once they come to the Kaizen project level, they will choose the suitable methodology. Please note, some companies they even introduce a methodology completely new. That is also okay. All right. And PDCA, we want the solution to be implemented faster, and then
And
and
eliminate
then no,
the
we want to
repetition.
improve it in cycles. Cycles of improvement is the objective. Our objective is cycles of improvement. Whatever is good you tell right now, I will immediately implement. And all the problems in your idea will be resolved in the next step. Again and again, I improvise. Let's say you have given some template. I will accept your template, start using it, and later realize the template itself, there is a problem. I will correct it. Now template version 2, template version 3, it'll go like that. So this is what we discussed. This is what we discussed on day number 2. Am I right?
I have one doubt here.
Yes.
In Kaizen, actually, we have already, I mean, we take decisions on like what to be implemented, right?
Come
Whether
again,
this
come
can
again.
be called as a RCA, I mean, analysis tool or a methodology.
I'm not getting your point. Come
No,
again.
in Kaizen, actually, we'll clearly define like what is supposed to be done, either on daily or in the form of an event or in the form of a project. We'll define that like what is supposed to be done. Hello.
Yes. So
So no, whether this can be called as a, I mean, a different methodology in comparison to other methodologies.
see, in Kaizen also there will be, they call it, the same project charter will be called as Kaizen charter.
Okay.
Instead of project charter, it will be called as Kaizen charter. And the
Okay.
Kaizen charter will illustrate, will talk about the problem. But if it is a daily Kaizen is a kind of suggestion. You just have to suggest your Kaizen idea in a suggestion box. And then somebody will evaluate, and then it will be implemented. And then before after scenario will be documented. Just a format, that's all. Right? But when it comes to Kaizen event, yes, it's a kind of a teamwork. It requires some additional budget, and so there will be some methodology will expected to be followed. You can choose any of the methodology the company is good at right now, and they can even follow A3. Normally, wherever there is a poor clarity in terms of the methodology, they prefer to use A3. There are multiple reasons. You get the printout in a bigger sheet, yes or no, which normally management like it, and you can put more information if it is A3. And so mostly companies go for A3. And Kaizen projects, yes, it's a kind of little complex projects, and A3 methodology can be used, nothing wrong, or they can also switch. Yes, Sumit, you want to ask something?
Sir,
Yes, sir. Actually, I have a question. Like, now we are using this AI tools to create this DMAC and all the things. But what about the validations? We'll get only idea to drill out the story or to make a like project charter. What about the validation, sir? Whatever we are getting the
Validation of
idea.
what? Validation of what?
So the project charter what we have created now,
Yeah,
the
yeah,
chat
it must be
GPT.
approved.
Okay.
1 minute, sir, 1 minute. All of you, please note the see valid project charter must be approved by the competent authority within your company. He is called a project sponsor in DMAC. And you can have some suitable name, project champion or the deployment head, something like that. So continuous improvement head, process excellence head, somebody has to approve your project. And for of the approving person can expect different type of validation. And that is what is today's topic as well. So I have simplified it and I will explain this today. But one way of validation is submitting the data, isn't it? Already data is available. You show the data. That's what I was also suggesting. Use Pareto, stratify it, isn't it?
Yes,
If you are
yes.
plotting Pareto graph and then you are, showing 2 levels, 3 levels of, stratification, you subdivided the problem, and that itself is a confirmation that the problem is validated, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
There, data is also confirming. If you do not have any graph and all those things, and that's where, yes, there can be a doubt. Oh, if it is drafted wrongly, or if it is some merely copy pasted from somewhere, and if I wrongly approve it, then my boss might even, question me, hey, how can you approve this project without, properly evaluating it? And you have wasted, 25 lakhs unnecessarily. The company's money is getting wasted, and all those questions you have to answer. So validation, there are different levels exist, different types of validation available, and whichever is suitable, you can use. One method is validation through data, or you want to physically go and verify. Possible, right? So day number 3, you focus. That is yesterday. You focused on root cause identification. You might have spoke about several tools. The important tool is brainstorming and fishbone diagram. Have you learned anything about brainstorming and fishbone diagram yesterday?
Yes.
Yes.
So
Yes.
fishbone
Yes.
diagram we have learned.
Yeah.
Brainstorming.
Yes, sir.
Brainstorming is nothing but using multiple brains.
Sir, I wanted to know which is the most common used in software industries methodology.
Brainstorm, the same. See,
Okay.
software industries are no different from the other industries. Please
Mm.
understand.
Okay.
Problems which are recurring in nature needs to be dealt in this manner only. Even if there is a problem
Yes, sir.
repeatedly
Yes, yes.
happening in family, you can use the methodology.
Okay.
Yes or
Well,
no? If there is a problem, if you are if there is a problem within your family which is repeatedly occurring,
Okay.
right?
Yeah.
The sugar levels are keeps on increasing. Now you want to recover, use this methodology.
Okay.
So, but there are two types of problem you need to know. And you need to know what kind of work you are doing. Are you running any process and the process is failing,
Hmm.
or are you into design development?
Hmm.
So, design development, for you, the best advice I could give you is do it right the first time.
Okay.
So, do it right
The first one.
because for you, the second chances are minimal. Yes or no? You have to do everything internally before releasing your software. Am I correct?
Yes.
You get it tested internally. Everything you do, whatever is the R&D you do it internally. You can take whatever time, whatever resources, whatever effort you decide. But again, the challenge is your management will expect you to be very smarter, isn't it? They don't give you, so much time. Even though it is an R&D, they expect you to finish it in 6 months.
Yes, sir.
So what is the piece of advice you should follow? Do it right
First
First
time.
time.
first time. You do it right the first time in a way that there is no scope for failure. There is no chance for failure. It's like, your marriage. What is the philosophy you should do? You should follow. Can you take a chance? Can you take multiple chances?
No, sir.
No. Whatever research you want to do, you do before the day of marriage. Once that is done, that becomes your life. Yes or no? And so we are talking about, the second part. What is second part? Not design development, root cause analysis, a failure we are seeing. Now, what can we correct? Within the software, you need to do the root cause analysis. All those areas, you use this. All right, and that too recurring, right? Okay. So, brainstorming and fishbone diagram, please note here the outcome. The outcome is possible causes. The outcome is possible causes. What are the factors that can affect my output or process output? Are you getting it? The question that is getting answered here is, what are the causes that can affect my output? Say, for example, my sugar levels are now going up. What are all the reasons? Or what are all could be the reasons? What are all could be the reasons for sugar level going up? Not for me, in general, I'm asking, right? What are that can affect, not my, I don't say my, that can affect the process output in general. What are all the reasons for sugar levels, to increase? All of you will you be able to contribute?
Wrong diet, excess of sugar taking.
Wrong diet,
More sugar intake.
more sugar intake,
Insulin resistance in the body.
insulin resistance. There are no your body insulin resistance is a problem.
Less
Only two
physical
people are
activity.
participating.
Less
Not
physical
having
activity.
food on time.
Ah, food day on time, not taking food on time.
Taking food on time.
High stress, sir.
Stress is more, and you take more oily food, no exercise. We can keep on adding, isn't it? We are doing actually brainstorming. We are actually doing brainstorming. All the points all of you are telling, are they root causes or possible causes?
Possible.
Possible causes.
Possible cause.
Possible causes. If you handle those factors correctly, they are not going to, you know, affect your health. Yes or no? You can
Yes.
eat the right food, you can eat it at right time, you can eat it in right quantity, you can ensure, a stress-free what do you call daily routine. If you handle everything the right way, all these factors are not going to affect you. They are going to help you, make your life, very happy, interesting. Yes or no?
Yes.
Right? Sometimes, challenges, make the day very interesting, isn't it? If there are no challenges, if, let's say somebody gives you 100 crores, enjoy, then where is the, interest part of life? So, it's a kind of, a rule of the game. And as long as you maintain all these factors properly, your health is not going to get affected. This is the first level analysis you all will be doing in root cause analysis, which is called finding out the possible causes. Yesterday you learned a different way of creating or listing, create different way of listing down all the possible causes, which is brainstorming. After listing, you have to group them into 6M. After grouping, you have to visualize them in the form of a picture. Why should you visualize them in the form of a picture? Because one picture is equal to 1,000 words. Yes or no? So
Yes, sir.
people, particularly your boss, your project team, everybody could understand very clearly. Oh, These are the factors. Very good. And don't leave any possible factor. All possibilities you write. And in brainstorming, even if somebody talks in an irrelevant way, still you encourage. These are some rules to be followed. After that, you can filter your data, clean your data, and bring it to brainstorming. Bring it to fishbone diagram. And in the fishbone diagram, all replication, all reputations, irrelevant data, all that can now be removed, and then they have to be categorized under 6M. Okay. And now the possible are found. What should you do next? Now you need to change your question. Why have I got or why have I become diabetic? Do you understand the difference in the question now? Earlier, what can cause diabetic? It's a general question. Now you are asking the question to yourself. Do you see the difference? Do you feel the difference, first of all of you?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
If you try to answer the second question, if you understand the second question and try to answer, and now you will be able to find out the most likely causes. Am I correct?
Correct.
Oh, am I eating right? Am I eating junk foods? Am I eating on time? Am I eating excessively? Am I walking properly? Am I doing the physical activities? Am I stressed too much? Am I sleeping well? Are there any, genetic issues? Am I taking any other treatments? You ask yourself. Please note, you can do this analysis better than a doctor can do. Yes or no?
Yes.
Because doctor has to rely on, your input only. Unless and until you tell, what you eat and how do you sleep and how do you, maintain your daily routine, no doctor in this world will come to know. Isn't it? Just in case to really, cannot share those information, then doctor will rely on putting some sensors, isn't it? And then collect as much information as possible, isn't it? You have to wear some watch, you have to put some shoe, and nowadays doctors use all these techniques because they know patients cannot give accurate information, but they need accurate information for giving the right treatment. So instead of asking you, they will ask you to wear some particular watch throughout the day. With that, they will directly find out how many hours you sleep, whether your sleep is deep or not, what is your BP level throughout the day, and what is your actual sugar level, and how many steps you have walked on the particular day. Instead of asking you all the question, they have put a measuring device within in your hand, and they are directly measuring. Which is the best method? All of you tell me. Which is the best method?
The last one where the doctor
The
put a
second one, measuring directly using a measuring instrument. If the right instrument is used the right way, that's the best way of capturing information. Okay, instead of relying on just subjective qualitative data, the quantitative data, always try to bring the facts on your table, provided the data collection plan should be pakka, the instrument used should be pakka. So answering this question can throw light on most likely causes. And Dr. Ravi would have taught you some tools yesterday. Did you discuss this impact control matrix yesterday? No?
No, no, no,
We
no.
haven't discussed, sir. No.
No, sir.
Okay. No. No problem. No, it's very simple. You just have to put four headings: high impact, high control, high impact, high control quadrant. I'll say this is quadrant one. Quadrant one. High impact, high control factors. And another thing is quadrant two. high impact, low control factors, and quadrant 3, low impact, high control factors, and quadrant 4, low impact, low control factors. Please tell me, if you have 100 factors appearing in your fishbone diagram, will you be able to separate them into 4 groups? You have to pick them one by one, put it under one of the quadrant. Let's say sugar level. About the food intake, excessive consumption of calories. You are consuming, heavy, normally 1,400 to 1,600 calories is the normal consumption. But you consume more than 3,000 calories every day. And now tell me, if you know you consume food excessively, in which quadrant you will put your food intake factor? Would you like to put it under Q1, Q2, Q3, or
Q1.
Q4?
Q1.
Q1. Why are you putting in Q1? Because you always eat more. Another person, he don't eat much. He carry only small lunch box, something like this, a small. And inside there'll only be some little amount of food will be there inside. Can he put? Can he say? Can he also put the same factor? Food intake in the same quadrant.
Q4.
He will put it in
Q4.
no, not Q4. It's for him. It is low impact left side. Low impact for him. It is low impact. Why low impact? He is handling it correctly, isn't it?
Control also is no high control. Sorry, Q3.
That's why. That's why I want you to bring it here in Q3. Low impact, high control factor. Why he is putting in Q3 while you are putting in Q1? The other person is putting in Q3. You know why? Draw the draw.
Control.
Because ulla loss because he is handling it correctly. Those who handle the factor correctly, for them there won't be any negative impact. Yes or no?
Yes.
So the impact means negative impact. Please understand. Your Y is affected. Sugar level is increased. So he will tell low impact, but you will tell high impact. Please note, for the same problem, different different processes will have different root causes. Yes or no? It's not necessary that the same process in your company, in my company should have the same root cause. No need. Correct? So if you ask this question, what is that? Why have I become diabetic? I am overeating. When I say I am overeating, I will put that factor in high impact, high control. When you have to be very honest, while pointing out the factors. And if you are not exercising regularly, you don't do any exercise. Most of the time you are sitting and working. And now for you, exercise will also be, physical activity will also be high impact factor. Yes or no? High impact, high
Low
control.
control.
You can do exercise. You can do exercise, but you are not doing. So high impact, high control. Your age is already 95. Will you do exercise at that age? The factor has now become what? High impact,
Low control.
low control. So you be very realistic. Or let us say you have some genetic reasons. You handle everything correctly, but still, because of some genetic reasons, there were some issues, or you have some other medicines you are taking, which you cannot stop. They are low control factor. Yes or no? So ultimately, I want all the root cause analyst experts here to be very realistic while classifying the factors into one of the quadrant. And all the factors that appear in the Q1. What is Q1? High impact, high control category. They must be called as most likely causes. They are no more possible causes. They are the most likely root causes in your case. Do you agree, all of you? Am I correct?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
After attacking the most likely causes only, you need to investigate other factors. Right now, don't worry about other causes. Okay? Because the number of most likely causes will be manageable compared to everything, isn't it? Earlier, you wrote everything. Brainstorming output was no, there are about, let's say, 72 factors. You can't really study all 72. But now, the most likely causes are only 7 or 8. Yes, you can investigate every single factor one by one. Are you with me, all of you? If you correctly point out the most likely causes, our day 3 is successful. Correct, all of you?
Yes,
Okay?
yes. Yes, sir.
Don't worry about what the tool you are using. The tool is just making people to think in the right direction, act in the right direction. We have to somehow motivate the people. So use this. And actually, tool is not doing the work. We are only doing the work. Tool is just a template. We are filling up. Project charter is a tool. It's a template, but we are only writing it. So there is nothing no special with any of the tool we are using. Only we are special. We have to honestly think about solving the problem. Then the problem will be solved. All right. So day 3 is okay. Now coming to day 4. Okay. For day 4, what will I do? I will use my slides because we have a little time. So D4 is for validation, particularly root cause validation. Particularly root cause validation. And when you are doing the root cause validation, you must start studying the most likely causes one by one. Start studying the most likely causes one by one. Check whether the most likely cause is one of the root cause. Imagine you are not doing enough physical activity, and that is why your sugar levels are very high. Now, you wanted to validate that. So what should you do now? What should you do now? You very well know you are not doing enough physical activities. Your sugar levels past record is available. Yes or no? Now
Yes, yes.
you also know in young ages you used to play cricket, you used to play volleyball, you used to play tennis, and you participate in so many games. That time, have you had the same diabetics? So the past data is telling some information to you. Yes or no?
Yes.
When you were moving a lot, when you were playing a lot, and diabetics did not come to you. But now that
Yes.
you stopped all the games and all the physical activities, now slowly your body, captured the diabetic. Can you understand the language of the data?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
This is called data validation.
Validation.
This is called data validation. Some people, might disagree with me, sir. What is this? It's not the physical activity. My age was also different, isn't it? Data you are telling when you are younger, there is no sugar. But now you become older and now the sugar levels are very high. And how can you say it is because of
Physical activity.
physical activity? There are because the data already got affected by many other factors. For example, 20 years before my age was very less. That is the reason I was healthier. So there is a limitation in using the available data. All of you agree?
Yes.
There is a limitation, isn't it? The data is not, the experiment was not, planned by you. Just available data is telling something. But definitely data can speak. All of you please understand. As a root cause analyst, you should know data can communicate to you. The language of the data, the voice of the data, you must understand that can be called as data validation. First method of validation clear? Correct or not?
Yes, sir.
Let us say, let us say, I give an example. There is a machine and defect rate is increased suddenly. And earlier, the defect rate was found to be below 2%. Now recently it is 12%. You are referring to data. You are referring to data, and the data is telling something. You know what data is telling? Data is telling that it is because maybe what, tell me what could have been the reason a particular machine suddenly the defect rate got increased.
Depending on the defects, it's like a we can like a
No, it's the same
some
defect. It's the same defect. It's the same defect because we always when you choose the data, you choose in a very logical way only. See, logic and our own expertise, our own intelligence using is very important. The moment
wear and
you
tear in
fail
the
to, mm,
wear and tear in
if
some parts.
so when the rejection rate is increasing, side by side, you want to check, the condition of the machine. When the condition of the machine was, very good, particularly, the wear and tear should also be, recorded. Then only you will have data. Then only you will have data. Let us say the age of the machine. Age of the machine, up to when up to 2 years, 3 years, the defect rate was 2% only. When the age of the machine is more than 3 years, the defect rate started increasing. Now, what the data is telling you? If you use old machines, then defect rate will be higher. If you use machines which are new, the defect rate will be less. Can you understand the age of the machine is one of the root cause? Where from we are getting this information?
From the
From the
data.
data. Correct? Are you with
Operator.
me, all of you?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
yes.
This is called data validation. In another scenario, the humidity level is recorded in a chemical manufacturing company. The humidity level is recorded and the yield of the chemical process is also recorded. And when you go through the data, you understand as the humidity level increases, the yield is decreasing. What data is telling you now? As the
The relationship.
as the humidity level increases, and it is influencing the chemical process yield to decrease.
Decrease.
So humidity
Really?
is another influencing factor, another root cause. Data validation. But again, please note the problem here is it's not a controlled experiment. The data is generated not using a controlled experiment. Like you are telling, the young days you were very, active, and now you are not that much active, and so your physical activity is the root cause for your diabetics. But there were many, many other reasons other than the physical activity. Your age, and that day, that time, your health level is also, much better. There are many things you can say. And so, even though there is a voice confirming, the root cause, still there is a limitation. You should know that. If you want to overcome the limitation, you know what you should do? You should do a
Control experiment.
controlled experiment. Controlled experiment. You know what is a controlled experiment? You should purposely study the chemical process by controlling the humidity. You keep the humidity lower and run the chemical process for 10 hours. Right? And the yield is recorded every 1 hour. 10 times the process is run for 10 hours, and every 1 hour the yield is recorded. All the time the humidity level is maintained at lower value. The next day, the same humidity level is maintained at higher level. Now the next day, yield is recorded 10 times. All 10 times you notice the yield was low. Second day. And today, tell me, how did you conducted the experiment? Is the experiment the same process?
It's
Same chemical process, same chemicals are added. Nothing is allowed to change except what?
humidity.
Now the earlier doubt is eliminated, isn't it? Earlier doubt is data is not a controlled experiment. There are other possibilities. How can do even though data is telling yeah the factor under suspect is a root cause, still there is a bigger chance that some other factor would also have influenced along with the factor you have suspected. But now what we do in our controlled experiment, we are not really allowing other factors to influence our output. Other than the humidity, everything else will be fixed as constant. Are you getting it? Or in other words, let me give a simple example. I am making you to do enough exercise every single day. I am making compulsory. You have to walk, 10,000 steps in the morning, 10,000 steps in the evening. I want to study how your body is responding now. If you are walking 10,000 steps in the morning and also 10,000 steps in the evening, and I give a definition also how you should walk. You should not be running or you should not be walking slow. I just dictate everything. So you just have to follow my method. I not only dictate this, I also dictate other things. What you should eat, I'll tell you. Isn't it? Your breakfast is defined. Your dinner is defined. Your breakfast time is defined. Your dinner time is defined. Your working time is defined. I will try to make the other factors constant. Are you getting it, all of you? Now, what is the only factor I am allowing to change? Your physical activity. Once one particular duration, you will be working as it is. You don't walk at all. Another one full month, you are following the routine, the same routine, except that only the walking is introduced. Now, whatever changes I notice in your sugar level can now be attributed to the factor called physical exercise or physical activity. Yes or no?
Yes.
Now you cannot say, sir, earlier the age was very young. No, it's the same. Just in 1 month, how can your age change? Last month, no, you did, no, you were your sugar level is recorded without any physical activity. But only this 30 days, we introduced. We are studying your sugar level. In 1 month, can your what you call age change? Not much. Are you getting it? And all other factors should be same. All other factors should be same. The same food will be given to you. The same kind of work you will be doing. All that will be same. This is called studying factor one at a time, right? And the technique is sometimes mentioned as OFAT in textbooks. OFAT means studying one factor at a time. Clear, all of you? Studying
One factor at a time.
one factor. This is called experimental validation. This is called experimental validation. So, what do you think? Which is better if you are evaluating a project? Which one you would like to use? Data validation or experimental validation?
Experimental
Experimental.
validation.
Experimental validation is better, right? So now I will quickly take you through my slides so that you understand, few other methods of validation. And there are n number of methods available. Please note, experimental validation is very popular, right? But you should use the OFAT technique. Very, very important. OFAT technique you must use. Yeah. Okay. So There are different validation exists. So we'll see 5 types here and how to apply, how to differentiate. Already 2 methods we understood and we already differentiated that. And so that you can choose the right method. So why validation matters? Because we not only need evidence, we also need proof. Are they same or different? Say, for example, if somebody comes with the data, it's an evidence or a proof?
I think
Evidence.
Evidence.
It's an evidence. Comes with the past data. Past data is evidence. But if somebody comes with an experimental data,
Proof.
then it's a proof, right? And we also want the results, reproducibility. Reproducibility means if I again introduce the cause, again problem should come. Isn't it? I again eliminate the cause, problem should vanish. Then only
correct.
what do you call? So the cause is
Validation.
validated. And always, root cause validation, don't just go by one method. See whether, multiple methods coincides. Are you getting it? Or if at least 2 method should align to the same conclusion. At least 2 validation method should confirm that the factor under suspect as root cause. And
Sir,
it should
actually,
match logic. Ah,
sorry, sir. Sir, like this one,
yes.
what we just discussed, like this one, the data, if we have it, if it's a recurring case and the problem is recurring in nature, so it should be like how we can say it's an evidence, not a proof, because it in the machinery, we are the problem would be recurring, no, sir? Okay, I understand. We'll identify and prove it by a control experiment, but that also comes under proof, no?
No. If the data is the past data, then you should consider as an evidence.
Okay.
Then you should consider as an evidence. But if the data itself, is recent and moreover, the experiment is planned experiment. Planned experiment means we only allow the factor under suspect to change, nothing else. But earlier, see, when we are actually running, all the capturing all the data during the production, we really don't record the data with an intention of identifying the root cause. It's just, we captured the data. Whereas now the experiments conducted, what is our idea of conducting the experiment? We want to
Just
separate the root
to
cause. We want to
separate the root
record
cause.
the effect. We want to record the effect of the root cause. So we also make sure effect doesn't comes from other factors. Yes or no?
Correct.
So that's how that there is a difference. And though the words looks very closer, but there is a difference. All right. So okay. So 5 types of validation: experimental validation, data validation. The third one is process validation. You all know which is nothing but Gemba. Where the process validation means whether the process is violated or not, whether the process SOP is followed or not, whether the process parameters are maintained or not. Okay. So you have to do a live Gemba and then do it. And elimination validation, another thing is replication validation. We'll see all these things. These are finally no, they are terminologies only. No need to worry. And you see here, okay, let's do a small kind of understand all these methods, with a kind of small exercise. And humidity is a root cause or not? That is the problem. So I am collecting, I'm doing some observation on the defect rate as well as the humidity, and this is my output. Now you all tell me, the humidity is studied, defect rate is also studied. What kind of inference you could draw now? As the humidity increases,
Humidity is
Defect
directly
Defect
proportional to
increases.
defect
defects.
increase.
Effects are there.
humidity is directly proportional. So humidity is found to be one of the root causes, isn't it?
Yes.
And again, the data gives a kind of evidence. But if it is an experimental data, then you can confirm, yes, root cause identification is closed. But now it's a initial signal, yes or no, because the past data it is. Let's say it's a past data. So data reveals some information. Now there is a clue I am getting that humidity can be a culprit. But I can confirm that by doing a confirmatory experiment. Yes or no? What is confirmatory experiment? Let me control the humidity to lower value. I will see defects coming down. Are you getting it? When I control the humidity to a lower value and the defects are coming down, it's an experimental finding. So experimental finding now confirms that humidity is one of the culprit. Now you can write down humidity is one of the root cause, not just by referring the already existing data. Already existing data is giving you the direction. Hey, you investigate in this direction. Now the experiment will close your root cause analysis. Are you with me, all of you?
Yes.
Are you getting it?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Sir, whether we have
So
to use the statistical tools to validate, or is it mandatory like that?
yeah, yeah. See, I don't want to overcomplicate the subject. Yes, statistical tools, statistical methods are available. If you want to talk in terms of statistical terminology, then the experimental validation should be called as hypothesis testing. Some of my alumni here, who are part of the root cause analysis program, they know what is that topic, isn't it? So that topic, just to give you the basics itself, we need at least 2 hours. So I strongly suggest all the participants here to, in fact, master the topic hypothesis testing, so that you are not only a root cause analyst, you are also a statistical expert. Very important. So because statistics can, in fact, make your, can enhance your decision making capability. Now, this the skill of root cause analysis is certainly helping you to make decisions the right way. But if you use the statistical tools, if you learn to use the statistical tools very well, and because there are some terminologies, see, everything is nothing but terminologies. If somebody could explain you all the terminologies in a clear way, then you will realize, oh, this I am already doing, isn't it? You're already doing, all of you are already using data in your analysis. Even here also, we are doing experimental data, isn't it? Only thing is, we are not adding the flair of statistics. Flavor of statistics means the statistical terms you must bring in, like confidence interval, p-value, isn't it? And
Yes,
some
sir. Yes.
hypothesis test, null hypothesis, alternate hypothesis, ANOVA. So some the flavor of statistics has to be mixed up, so that the statistical validation is also considered. But it's not compulsory that you must use all validation methods. If you just use two methods and the both methods confirm the root cause, that's good enough. But what's very, very important is whatever method you use, your common sense should accept it. There must be a logic in your root cause statement. If the logic is not supporting and if the common sense is not really accepting your finding, then still there can be a flaw. Yes or no, all of you?
Yes,
Just
sir.
because you have some data, it's not necessary that everybody should believe you, isn't it? So logic and common sense alignment is very, very important. All right. So this is data validation. Okay. So the data is confirming here, the data is confirming that humidity is directly proportional to defect rate. So it's very important to control the humidity, very important to maintain the humidity at the lower level. If you bring the humidity level at the lower level, and then defect rate is coming down. If you could prove that, by conducting some an experiment 5, 6 times, You are not only validating with the data, you are also validating with experimentally. So two methods, both are confirming. Your data also confirmed and the experiment also confirmed. I think your boss will be convinced now. Yes or no? And he will allow you to make the changes in the process. Okay, you do whatever you want to control the humidity because you are proved. Now you are bringing a humidity controller. You're bringing a humidity controller and the entire chamber where the studies, the chamber, where the process is happening, the humidity will be at the preferred level only. Okay. So experimental validation, you already know. Now, in this case, it's a different example. See here, now what are we studying? We are studying temperature and defect. Now, what is your finding here? Again, all of you. And it's not just finding from the data, it's an experimental finding, which means you are running a process at 200 degrees Celsius, 210 degrees Celsius, 220, 230. And please note 200 to 230 is the range of investigation. In statistics, we call this as range of investigation. You cannot, you can't run your machine below 200. You can't run your machine above 230. And so I study it, in the operating range. And within the operating range, there are four values I have selected at equal interval 200, 210, 220, 230. This is called level of a factor. Factor is temperature. Range of investigation is 200 to 230 and level is 4 because I selected 4 points. Out of the 4 points, at one particular point, I'm getting my result. Tell me what is that point? 200. The lowest is the best. That is your finding. The lowest is the best. So the information about the root cause, the information about the relationship between your X and Y. And when you want to talk about the relationship between X and Y, you can visualize the relationship graphically. Yes or no? You can visualize the relationship graphically. You copy this, and in order to visualize, we have so many tools we discussed. And one of the software we discussed yesterday is, what is that? Minitab. And you can use Minitab or you can find other way of, visualizing the X and Y. Please note in this case, we are studying X and Y. Now there is temperature one side, there is defect rate other side. Now which is X, which is Y here?
Defect is
God.
Y.
Defect would be Y, dependent variable.
Very good. The temperature and this is, defect rate.
Defect.
And temperature is 230, defect rate is 12. And temperature is 220, defect rate is 9. Okay. And temperature is 210, defect rate is 5. And temperature is 200, defect rate is 2. So we got the data. And which is X you said? Very important. X is, temperature. Yeah, and defect rate is. See, I want all of you to think in terms of X and Y. No? Some mathematical thinking is very important. That's how you become, effective problem solver. That's how you become a very effective root cause analyst, right? Process thinking. This is called process thinking. One who can improve the process can only improve the system. Okay. So go to graph, go to scatter plot. Now visually study the relationship. Simple scatter plot, give OK. Now where is Y variable? Your defect rate is Y variable, X variable is temperature. Now you give OK. Now are you seeing your defect rate increasing as the temperature increases?
Yes,
Visual
strong
validation.
positive
This is
relative.
called visual validation. And I can also show you the line, what do you call locus of relationship graph, scatter plot. I will use this option with the regression. The regression is nothing but a line that is showing the locus of the relationship. So I'm showing it now. The same Y variable, same X variable. Now I'm saying okay. Are you seeing? The relationship is a straight line. This is called a linear relationship. This is called linear relationship. And linear means the relationship is positive, linear, and it is, close to perfect relationship. Why do I say close to perfect relationship? The points, the actual points are very, very close to your line. This line is called regression line. You remember I told you on day number 1, you must do an analysis called regression analysis, isn't it? Yes or no? The regression
Right,
Yes,
sir.
analysis.
yes.
Right, sir.
R square.
Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
the
Yes, sir.
regression. Yeah, this is the line. You must see this line. And the line has got an equation. And how the equation will be? The equation will be linear equation.
Yes, sir.
In mathematics, equation is called linear if the equation has only the x terms on the right side. No x square, no x cube. If there is only x on the right side, then the equation is called linear, right?
In
And this regression, when I place my cursor, you see here, there is something called r square is coming. 99.7. According to this data, the temperature is the only root cause for defect because the r square has become very, very closer to 100%.
100%.
So just by controlling the temperature, you can bring down the defect to 2%. Do you agree, all of you?
Yes, sir.
You don't have to control anything else. But ensure you don't change, the other factors while implementing this change. Do you agree with me, all of you? Now the
Yes,
challenge
sir.
is you are supposed to change only the temperature. While changing the temperature, you also change something else. Then you are
Humidity.
making an unnecessary change, isn't it?
Correct.
You should do only the necessary change. And if you do unnecessary changes along with the suggestion, then the result may not be same. So make sure if you are maintaining the process in the same condition, the only thing you must optimize is temperature. Then the defect rate will come down from 12% to 2%. Now your people are operating up to 230. And you have found something and you told, no, don't change the temperature. It should be 200 plus or minus 2 degrees Celsius only. Very strict. You put a temperature controller. Now everybody is not sitting and discussing how can we ensure the temperature the same level. Manually is not possible. That's why it went up to 230. So what can we do? Now we can put a temperature controller. You want a mechanical controller or a electronic controller, or you want some other advanced technology, yes, go for it and evaluate the cost and then implement, right? And that
Sir,
will
I
happen.
have a,
So
I
the
have a
scatter plot
question.
is done. Please.
Actually, you mentioned here only the temperature, but in reality, we have like a holding pressure and injection pressure and cooling time and all these facts, all these other factors as well. So if we run any production, in total, we have so many other factors. How do we come to a conclusion that this factor is affecting the end part?
Please note, you have not blindly picked up the temperature, first of all. You plotted a fishbone diagram where all your pressure, the clamping pressure and tool angle and everything is there.
Yeah.
And then logically, you separated the most likely causes. You have logically separated the most likely causes, isn't it? And
Yes.
again, I agree with you. It's not necessary that the most likely cause is no just temperature alone. No. In your
Yeah.
company, if I come to your company, yes, you and me together might find out 5 factors.
Yes.
All 5 are most likely. Now, what we both have to do is we have to study those 5 factors one by one after another.
Okay. I
While
mean, we have
studying
to
the
take
temperature,
the.
while studying the temperature, pressure is fixed. But in reality, pressure will also vary.
One factor at a time.
Okay.
Yeah, in reality, I only study the temperature, but you very well know the maintaining, controlling pressure also is a challenge right now.
Yeah.
That is why that is also qualified as a most likely cause, right? So, but even though we know 5 factors will change, we study all of them separately, one after the other,
Yes.
one by one,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Because no studying them one by one is easier. I studied your exercising, and now you understood. Yes, exercising is good. Now you agreed to exercise. Now what will I do? I will work with your no carbohydrate or no whatever calorie intake. Then I when but while studying a particular factor, I will make sure the other factors are kept constant. Otherwise, the data will not catch the needed information. Are you getting it?
Yeah.
If I
So
want
we
to
need.
know how
Yeah.
your body will respond if I reduce the calories,
Yeah.
I
I
want
mean,
your
like.
sugar level to change upon changing the calorie intake. And the changes, whatever changes I notice in the sugar level, should necessarily because of the changes I have made in the calories to ensure that I will maintain the other factors constant. But in reality, it is not that easy, isn't it?
Yes. Yes, sir.
So I'll tell you, definitely your thinking is correct. But right now, one at a time only you should do. And whatever qualify, say for example, temperature has qualified now. Suppose if temperature don't qualify, leave it first.
Yeah.
It's not necessary that all suspect must be punished. No, you can leave it.
Yes.
If you are not able to prove the effect, release. If you're not able to prove the crime, the suspect should be declared innocent. Same case, temperature you can relieve, leave it if the criticality is not proved. Okay, then you take the clamping pressure. Now you have to tell me again for the clamping pressure, what is the range of investigation? The operating range. What is your operating range? The whole range you tell me. Then we will arrive on range of investigation.
Yeah.
Then I will decide
Norm.
on levels. What is the lowest level? What is the highest level? And if needed, intermediate level. And then we will check whether clamping pressure is also critical or not. If the
Okay.
clamping pressure is also critical, I will again choose an optimum value for the clamping pressure. Then I will go and check your SOP, whether your SOP already has the optimum range or a suboptimal range. If your SOP is already designed to maintain the optimal range, problem is with your people. They are not obeying, they are not following. And that can be found through Gemba. If people are not really following the SOP, if SOP itself is wrong, yes, we are going to change the SOP. That's a different method, right? But if SOP itself is, if the solution is already found and recommended, given to them, in a very, what do you call, easy to follow manner, but still, your people are not following. Do a Gemba, surprise visit, right? And you have to record, anyway, you have to record. Operator one, morning, sudden visit, operator one. What is the clamping pressure? You record and come. After 1 hour, operator 2, clamping pressure. After 1 hour, operator 3, clamping pressure. And now you see different operators are maintaining different clamping pressure. Oh, now your SOP is not followed. Now you have an evidence now, isn't it? You have an evidence now. Now then again the same logic. The data is created, but data is created, not in a planned manner, a surprise manner. Data validation only finally. Though it is Gemba, we generated data, it is a data validation. Now again you have to prove it. In order to prove it, you have to ask all the operator to measure the clamping pressure after the clamping is done. Now you are introducing one more step. You are asking them to measure the clamping pressure and they are measuring. Now everybody is setting the same clamping pressure. Now the defect is going, vanishing. Now everybody gets the result, same result. This is called what? Gemba validation. Okay. So we have seen some graph and other things. All right. Okay. So experimental validation, Gemba validation is otherwise called, process validation because the process is not followed. So if SOP is not followed. A similar example is here. See here, The actual practice and SOP are not matching. And the Gemba has confirmed the deviation. And look here, operator 1, he has maintained a torque of 50 Newton meter. Operator 2 maintained a torque of 32 Newton meter. Operator 3 maintained a torque of 35 Newton meter. Then how come all of them get the same result? What is the mistake? That parameter is not monitored. Monitoring is very important. Whatever you allow your people to hide, they will make mistake. That's why I am also not encouraging here turning off the camera, right? If you are allowing them to hide the information, they will also make mistake. And then you will not be able to validate. If you are not, till the time you are not able to validate, and nobody is going to follow you. You will only have SOP in the documents, but actual practice will be different. Am I right? So process validation is understood. You can also call it Gemba validation, right? So elimination validation. What is elimination? You eliminate the cause. Just now I told you. You are giving a pressure gauge. You are giving a torque gauge, and the torque meter is measuring the torque every single time. Now, maintaining the different torque is the root cause. But by including an additional step, that the root cause is eliminated. If the root cause is eliminated, your problem also gets eliminated. Yes or no?
Yes.
This is called elimination method. Somehow you eliminate the root cause. It's like you turn off and turn on. You turn off the root cause and see what happens in that time. If the root cause is temporarily turned off, yes, problem is vanishing. That means yes, your suspect is correct. This is called elimination validation. We'll see one example. See, almost
Sir,
this is merely terminology only. All of you, please understand. This is merely terminology only is changing. Ultimately, we are converting the observation into data and then checking whether the data is past history or an experimental data. And then we are validating. So experimental validation is, the important thing. Now the elimination thing. See here, if you remove the suspected cause, the problem is disappearing. That means your suspect is correct. An example, elimination, right? So a CNC machine is experiencing frequently, the frequent breakdown. And the suspect is a particular sensor. There is a sensor which is, found to be malfunctioning, the doubt. And so far, every day there are 5 breakdown. Now what you did, that sensor you replaced. That sensor you replaced. And once you replace the sensor, you know what happened? The breakdown is, gradually coming down. Can you see here? Now once the sensor is replaced, the breakdown has come to even 0. That means as the cost is eliminated, the problem also eliminated. Are you seeing it? Now finally, the replication. Replication means assess whether the lab data constitutes a strong form of root cause validation. A replication is nothing but you are introducing the cause. You are introducing the cause. You replicate the same situation and see what happens. Like you are again stopped doing the exercises. Now again the sugar level will go up. Again you started consuming more calories. Again the sugar level will go up. Yes or no? As you reintroduce the cause, and if you eliminate the cause, problem is vanishing. The opposite is introducing the cause. So that's what is called the replication. And normally, in order to replicate, you need a test bench. You need a test bench, isn't it? A similar setup will be there where we create the similar scenario and apply the same, the
Conditions.
temperature, apply the same torque, apply the same pressure, and then we study. And so failure is reproduced successfully. And if the problem is reproduced, and that's a strong validation. Hope you all understand. All right. So see here,
Yes, sir.
voltage. Voltage is, what do you call 12 plus or minus 0.1, zero point 0.5. See here, if the voltage fluctuation is too high, how many times the PCB board fails? A failure happens 10 times. When I stabilize the voltage, look here, 12 volt plus or minus 0.1, very highly stable voltage is flowing now. When the voltage is now stabilized, the PCB failure started coming down. Correct, all of you? All right. So now please tell me, your failure is found to be very high in night shift. Failure is found to be less in day shift and general shift or second shift, but in the night shift, failure is found to be very high. What kind of validation is this?
Fluctuation is high. Voltage
What
variation.
kind of validation according to the method we studied? Answer is here.
Data, sir.
Evaluation.
Shift
The
wise,
Shift-wise
data is
data
telling,
validation.
data is telling night shift is the root cause.
Process validation.
Okay. Further thing you can do it. Now, cleaning process, a particular step is skipped by your people, and you
SOP validation.
find out that through Gemba walk.
Yes,
It's
that is
called
process validation.
process
process
validation.
Gamba,
validation.
Gamba validation.
Correct. A particular mistake is repeated again. The process is skipped again, and then the failure is coming again. That means we are actually,
Replication of the validation.
introducing the cause. When we introduce the cause, it's called replication validation. When we remove the cause, we make the particular we enforce a particular step. Like they have to measure and they have to check the torque and all those things we are telling. And so the problem is also vanishing. This is called elimination validation. Are you with me, all of you?
Yes, sir.
So validation is mandatory in RCA. Use multiple methods together. Strongest proofs are elimination and replication. When you remove the cause, problem should go away. When you introduce the cause, problem should again come. That means the root cause identification is stronger. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Are you getting it? Good.
Yes, sir.
So common mistakes. A root cause is valid only if it can be proved, if it can be removed, if it can be reproduced. You ask your people to do all this. All right. Common mistake, jumping to conclusion, right? And only believing on the team opinion, ignoring the data, ignoring the Gamba observation, not really testing the cause. If you do all these things, then root cause might escape from your analysis. Now we'll take few questions and then we'll close, right? What is the primary purpose of root cause validation?
Identified cause
To
with us
prove
and
the
B.
identified
To
cause
prove the
with
identified
evidence.
cause with evidence.
B.
Oh, the
B.
identified cause with evidence. Very good. Which statement best describes the relationship between correlation and causation in data validation?
Correlation alone is not sufficient to confirm it.
Very good. Correlation alone is not sufficient. Just by seeing something in a data, don't believe, isn't it? Because if the experiment is not designed properly, your voice of data can also be misleading. Yes or no?
Yes.
We must know that, right? Just because some data is available, it doesn't mean that there is a cause and effect relationship. There can be a statistical relationship. All statistical relationships are not cause and effect relationship. Or statistical significance are not, the effect of the root cause. Statistically, there is an impact, but still, in reality, there may not be an impact. That's why I told you integrating the
Project.
common sense is very important. Integrating the logic is important, right? Because if you design your experiment badly, then your outcome of the experiment will be useless. You should be careful. All right. So which statement best to describe? Yes, very good. C is the correct answer. And in experimental validation, what is the key principle when testing a suspected root cause?
D, change only
One
one
variable at a
variable
time.
at a time.
One variable at a
Ah,
time.
change only one variable at a time. If you are allowing all the variable to change, please note you are not really studying your factor. You are only generating data, you are not generating experimental data. Experimental data means it should be a controlled experiment. And the principle we follow is OFAT. Okay. During a Gemba walk for process validation, what was the key finding in activity 3? I think
C.
you all
C, two
remember activity 3.
operators.
Two
C.
operator applied
Two
a torque below
operators
the required
below 50.
standard, and that was the finding. It's just checking the observation. In activity 4, elimination validation, what happened after the faulty sensor was replaced? Breakdown increased, breakdown
Breakdown
dropped.
drop to zero.
Second
Dropped
drop.
by
Breakdown
Decrease.
dropped to zero by week 2. Very good.
Week 2.
So you observed correctly, and that means it's a kind of process validation. What is the logic behind elimination validation?
if
P.
the cause is removed and yeah,
The
If
cause
the
is
cause
removed
is
and the
removed
problem
and the problem
disappears.
disappears, it
it
confirms the root
confirms.
cause.
B.
The root cause.
And in activity 5, replication validation, what happened to the PCB failure as voltage fluctuation increased?
It increased actually.
Failures increase proportionally with
Failure
voltage.
increased.
As the voltage fluctuation increase, it proportionally failure also increased, right? So this kind of testing we do it in some test bench. Why is replication validation considered the strongest form of root cause confirmation?
C, it allows for
It allows
repeatability.
intentional reach.
Yeah, it allows intentional recreation of the failure on demand, proving causation. So this is found because it's a kind of experimental validation, and we introduce the cause and see the effect. No, the problem appears again. Okay. Oh, capstone activity. Okay, and the end I told one, I gave shown one example, weld failure. Which validation method was used when the cleaning step was skipped and the failure returned? When the cleaning step is skipped, what kind of validation it is?
Elimination.
Elimination validation.
Elimination validation.
Are you sure? Is it elimination or replication?
Replication validation. Replication validation.
Replication, right? It's a root cause is introduced and you are seeing, the failure. Which of the following is a common mistake in root cause analysis?
C, relying only on team
E.
opinions.
Very good. And let's check our answers. So yeah, I think you all have scored 9 out more than, in the range of 9 to 10, right?
Yes.
Very good. So that's it for the day. I
So I
hope,
have a question.
please.
Yeah, you previously mentioned we need to validate one variable at a time, but usually if we take the DOE, two-factorial design, we take three variables and two levels at a time. So is it a good idea to implement that DOE principle in this validation stage?
Yeah, correct. It's in fact a correct idea. This is called, solution optimization. This is called solution optimization. So the idea of DOE is to fine tune your solution.
Okay.
And root cause validation can happen with the OFAT. You can prove the root cause, right? But to take action, you studied the factors separately, but in reality, all the factors will simultaneously influence your why.
Okay.
Isn't it? but you studied, in a non-realistic way. Yes or no?
Yes.
In real life, all the factors will affect your Y same time.
Yeah.
But while studying, we purposely, created a constraint. The constraint is we only allowed the particular factor to vary, and other factors were, maintained constant. But when you actually run the process, it's not going to be the same way we did the experiment. So even though you change the factors, you will still not be able to get 100% result what you expected.
Yeah.
But you are very serious about going closer to 100%. And so you are following another statistical technique, which is called DOE, where we study all root causes simultaneously. But here the objective is not to validate, but to optimize our Y. This is called solution optimization. And we teach DOE again in detail in our Six Sigma belt programs, right? You can consider joining, doing a black belt program, then you will have a clarity. Okay? Yeah, Shankar, you want to ask something, please?
Yes, sir. So we touched upon reproducibility. So I'm just wondering, should we also be talking about the repeatability part, because those two comes together,
No, no,
right?
no.
Repeatability
It's
and
again a
reproducibility.
terminology. This repeatability, reproducibility is a terminology associated with, measurement system validation. But however, here we just use the terms, and this has no relevance to our MSA, right? For measurement
Oh,
system, yes, repeatability and reproducibility are mandatory. But
oh,
here, since we reintroduce the cause, we call it reproducible, nothing else.
okay.
Okay. No need
Thank you.
to mix it up with MSA.
Mhm.
Okay, all right, all of you, thank you very much. And there can be, few other methodologies, there can be terminologies. Don't think that, they're all, something unknown to you. They are known to you. You are actually generating data, and just make sure whether you are looking at some data or you are looking at a credible data. Some data means it's a data validation. Credible data means experimental validation. And experimental validation can be a kind of replication also. Same experiment you do multiple times, then it's a replication validation, isn't it?
Correct.
That's all, right? So everything, and again, you are visiting Gemba, and Gemba means, you are actually observing something, you are bringing data again. All right. So any method, any validation method that is available, and definitely, we know it. And only thing is, we are trying to use a credible way of validation. And also, always it's a good idea to go for at least, using two validation methods. Using two, because multiple methods, if they coincide, then the chance of, that becoming a fact is very, very high. That's it. And we'll tomorrow we will meet and we'll talk about kappa. And also I will also show you, some case studies tomorrow, the methodology, so that we only seen one DMAC methodology the other day. And though that was a very complex example, and no, don't worry, you can choose a simple problem and do a project effortlessly. You can even choose a moderately complex problem and then do it effortlessly. Only the complex cases, yes, will demand, a highly disciplined and kind of, team effort to get the result. And one such case I have shown. And if you actually look at the DMAC project I shown, yes, there were so many tools and a lot of effort, budget needed to do that project. So management support also, is a key factor. If everything is in favor of you, you can handle any kind of problem. No worries. You can deliver the result. All right. Thank you. See you tomorrow.
Thank
Bye
you,
bye.
sir.
Good night.
So can we
Thank you.
have the
Thank you,
Sir,
sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Yes. What do you want?
Thank you,
the
sir.
presentation which we show in our classes now, that presentation, can you have that one?